What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. So this one is just piggybacking on the post that I did or the video I did in regards to exercise possibly being a scam. Now, as I said there, and I'll say again, I do not think that moving and exercise from the sense of training, again, training and exercise are different. I'm not saying that that's a scam. I'm saying the industry within itself and what it's becoming and what is it trying to propagate? What is it, the goal here? What's the intention? And I think it's slowly shifting away from people's health and wellness more than ever. That's just my opinion. Go watch that video if you want to see where I'm coming from. Like I said there, and I'll say here, I want to make a bigger, longer video for the clinic, newbiologyclinic.com. But all that to be said, one of the things that you see, and we talked about it with food, and we're going to talk about it here, and I've mentioned this before, but hopefully giving a little bit more clarity on what are the steps we can take, is the point of, okay, if everyone is saying that this is good and this is bad and this food is good and that food's bad, I should have this. No, wait, no, you should have that or you shouldn't have that. Well, what starts to happen is nobody knows which direction to go. And then they feel, I don't know what I should eat. I don't know what exercises I should or shouldn't do. So you start to see that this pattern comes into the fold with everybody, and then it's feeling like I'm just not good enough for this exercise program or this isn't for me. And understandably, right? Or if I don't do what everyone else is doing, then I'm not going to reach my goal. You're seeing a lot on social media of a lot of these different companies, and again, I'm not here to bash anyone, but you see them bashing each other. It's the you're calling me out, so I'm not going to take BS from you, so I'm going to call you out. And we're going to just keep going back and forth and why my stuff is good. And you're seeing it as well with fitness is, well, that's not really this. They're calling themselves this type of training, but that's not really what it is. This isn't really yoga. This isn't really Pilates. This isn't really Goda. This isn't really functional patterns. Like everyone's always trying to say, when someone finds a flaw in a training method, they go, well, that's not really this, or it goes into name calling or whatever. So when people are reading these comments, right? Because we read a lot of comments, it becomes okay, well, maybe there's some truth to these points, right? And what tends to happen is then people either buckle down or they go, okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this is bad for me. Or, maybe this person's right. So then I need to go over to this camp because they're the ones calling this out. And if you're the everyday person, this can drive people insane. And I see it when people come to me. I don't have all the answers. I can say that firsthand. But what I also can say is I've been in that headspace. And it's going, well, then what is right? What is the right way to do things? And it all does come back to what are you trying to accomplish? What is your goal here? What are you actively trying to do? Do you want to be a power lifter? Do you want to live a life and that's what you want to do? No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so let me ask you, do you think that powerlifting is going to be beneficial to you? Well, I want to get stronger. Okay. Now we can get somewhere. And this is where as a fitness professional or industry person, like, I guess you can say I'm in that world. We need to do a better job at listening to people because even though it's the people doing the work, a lot of times, again, people are lost. They're looking for guidance. They're looking for something. And so if you are someone looking for someone, looking and hopefully surrounding yourself with people that will help ask the right questions or play and explore with the questions that you might be asking on what are my goals and helping you navigate to what you really want. Because I get it. Not everybody knows exactly what they want right away, even though it might intuitively or instinctually be there, or we might know deep down, we just don't know how to do it or really that we even wanted it. It is always there to some degree, and it at times those goals change. But the first question is always going to be is going, let's really start to explore the goals. What is the goals that you want? What are you trying to do? I don't want to be in pain. Okay. That's a good start. What are you doing right now? And is it causing, when you do it, a lot of pain? Yes. Okay. Is it discomfort or is it pain? So the questions we start to ask can help us navigate to what the people want. And just like a good story or just like good music, we're going to take inspiration from everywhere. I mean, I'm not saying that. one way is better than the other. But I will say that, like, at times, sometimes people just want to lift heavy things. They want to move something heavy. It just makes them feel good. It might not be the right form. It might not be the right design or this and that. Sometimes people just want to do it. And our jobs, and the job is to be able to be fluid in the way of going. I can go for a run with my son or my grandkids, and then I can go climb this little small tree, and then I can jump on the trampoline with them, and then I can hold them in my hands and have that strength. We want to be versatile. We want to have this adaptation to us. We want to be able to move and not be restricted of going, well, it doesn't fit within how I train, so therefore I don't want to do it. And again, people can debate this all they want, but the reality is we want to get to not letting all of these voices of do it this way, do it that way. If you're doing it this way, you're wrong. The only way you'll know if it's wrong, and this is my humble opinion, is if you're sitting here going, this causes me a lot of pain. This causes me an incredible amount of pain, and I don't like it. Okay, then let's make an adjustment. Let's find a way to adjust. Because I could give you the exact thing that's supposedly on paper, the perfect way of doing things. And if you're in pain and it does not feel good, it is in this one-on-one situation, I am giving you something wrong. We are forcing something that does not want to take place. If you do not like to run, you don't have to run. I'm not saying sit and do nothing. That's not what I'm saying. Some people say, well, running's bad for you. It's a part of life. We got to do sprints. We got to do things and move the body. The goal is being present with your body. Some people can bench and they're fine. By all means, go ahead and bench. If that's something you like and you know how to be in your body and be present and know what you're doing and how to move it, then by all means, rock and roll. Do your thing. Because our goal, as much as, yes, we want to move the body in a certain way, for the majority of us, the everyday person who's just trying to get a training, they want to be consistent. We want to find consistency. And in order to find consistency, you got to know what you're going in for. So if we can find things that makes the person in their body feel good, they feel that was a good experience. It was a lasting impression. You're like, wow, okay, that actually was doable. I'm taking the steps in the right direction. That's where we start to get the continuation of the motivation and inspiration, because it's now going, okay, hey, I'm knowing what I'm trying to do. I want to move without pain. Hey, did this cause pain? Did this feel good? Were you able to be in your body? Did you feel what we were trying to set out to do? I felt all that. I didn't feel pain. Great. Is this something you can see yourself doing again? Yeah, actually, yes, I can. This is something I look forward to trying again. Cool. Now we can do that. Well, they're not doing back squats or deadlifts. Okay, that's okay. Well, they're not doing, this type of movement pattern. That's okay. We want to find the person where they are. That's the first thing from our side. From those of you listening, if you're trying to what is it that I want? What am I really trying to do here? And if you try to force it, it's going to continually, for the most part, probably come back with more pain responses. So when you're on the internet, you're looking up different workouts, you're looking up all these things and going, I just don't know what to do. Surround yourself, find people that will, whether they are in the fitness industry or not, but people who will hear your goals, people that like will ask you questions. Maybe they explore a little bit more with you. Well, how do you think we're gonna do that? Or how do you think you're gonna do that? I want to lose weight. Okay. What does that mean? Well, I want to lose 50 pounds. Well, why 50 pounds? Well, I just think that'll be a good number. Do you think you can explore that a little bit more? Do you think you can get a little bit more clear on why you want to do 50? Because just like in storytelling, the more clear we can be with our characters and their decisions and why they're doing what they're doing, or just, whatever, that will help make things a lot more clear in the whole of the story, but also, understanding other characters and how people can help and how people can be supportive. Right? If people know why you're doing it, that could be the thing that fuels and gives you that community behind you to know, like, okay, one, I don't have to do this alone. They know what I'm trying to do. I know what I'm trying to do. They're going to hold me accountable. I'm willing to allow the permission to give that community to give me that type of accountability. Like, these are the things we need to find more than, am I doing the right, modality? Right? And this is where I say all the time in the sessions, those who've been here long enough, I can get anybody to sit there and find a way to start sweating. I can get people's heart rates up, not a problem. It's not hard to do. And we don't have to run. We don't have to do all these things. There's little things we can do, but it will depend on the individual. So if I can get you to do that, great. Have I done my job? No, actually, I haven't. All I've done is I've gotten you, again, your heart rate up a little bit and it got you warm. Well, we can really start training where we're really pushing that limit is then going, okay, I know we're starting to see where your thresholds are. We know what your goals are. You're clear with your goals. Now we can say, okay, well, what are the limitations of your body? Do you have injuries? Do you have certain things that you just don't feel comfortable doing? Is there certain things that you can do? Is there certain things that you haven't tried that you want to try? Are there things that you've tried or don't want people tell you should do, but you're too nervous to try? We got to explore all those things so we can really then start to see what modality works best for you, right? Some people go, hey, I want to be loose in my body, but I also like to carry heavy things. I might, with that person, go, great, we're going to do some body weight movements, get you feeling your body. You don't have a lot of weights. You don't have machines you can use. You don't have a lot at your disposal. You don't have a lot of extra finances to buy all these things. Cool. Go pick up the 2 jugs of, do you have water? Yeah, I got 2 buckets of water. Go carry those buckets from this side to this side and do some movements in between. Now we can be like, great, we're utilizing what we have at our disposal. We're not having to break the bank. We're not having to follow an exact regimen that someone else created. It's going, no, this is fitting what I want. It's fitting what my body needs. It's listening. And if it's too much, we know how to pull back because we're listening. So all that ranting that I just did, while we have all these different modalities taking place, trying to figure out what's the best for you. The first thing I'm going to ask you, and I'll keep saying it, is what are you trying to do? What's your goal? I just want to move, Pat. Cool. Let's get a little bit more specific. That's a good jumping off point, but let's start to see how much more we can get specific. And the more specific we can get, the more we're going to be able to start to fill in those pieces where, hey, here's this training you can do. Here's another form of training. Here's this training. Because once you can start doing that, every day, every moment can be training, right? If I'm doing things where I'm working on my grip strength, an example, perfect example. I have a rock here. Well, when I drive my car, I'm sitting here, not right now, but I'm sure I'll work on grip strength. I'm just pushing into the rock, letting this uneasy surface be something that I can then use to get stronger, making the connection points with these fingers. And people say, well, you're not doing a whole lot. Yeah, well, I'm training. When I go to lift a heavier weight or I'm moving something or I'm grabbing something, I need to have a strong grip. If I'm doing rock climbing sessions at the rock climbing gym I like to go to sometimes, I need to work my grip strength. So why can't I do that now? Is that training? Absolutely. It's giving me towards the goal. What am I trying to do? I want to have stronger hands. I want to be able to have the dexterity in each of my fingers because of the training I like to do. I like to climb. I like to hang with my son. We have competitions. It's something we can do together. I get to teach him how to do it. He wants to know, how do I get to do that? How do I get to be stronger? So I can give him those modalities. So the more I do it, the stronger I can get, the more I can feel it out and show, hey, it doesn't always need to be, oh, I can only do this if I go to the rock line gym, or I need to have a perfect tree. It's like, no, just the rock I found outside and I play around with it. So again, this is why the specificity helps. So we don't have to go in blindly and not really sure what we're doing or look at anything that might seem as minuscule as a rock and we don't overlook it as something going, oh well, that's just this. It's like, no, that's training rock, that's training your grip, that's training the forearms, that's training the finger strength. And you might realize these little modalities that are specific to what you want make a world of a difference. And this is where the excitement I see with a lot of clients is going, wow, I get to do something that seems so small, but it's effective. And I like that. It doesn't give me pain or wow, I really feel I'm connecting with it. And I don't feel like I'm putting too much burden on me, but I still feel it. So this is where we get to find what I always say is the comfort and the discomfort. So if you're looking for modalities, if you're looking for training, always start with trying your best, maybe giving a clean sweep, a clean slate. All right, what is it that I want? Really ask yourself the question, what am I trying to do here? And write it down, say it out loud. You know what I mean? Whatever you need to do to help you really find what intuitively feels right for you, that will be a good place to go, okay, now I know where I'm starting. Where's my foundation starting to be laid? Now that I know where it's laying down, I will build off of that. And so you start asking, as I said, a question. What does that look like? What are my limitations? What do I like to do? What don't I like to do? What gives me stress? What gives me anxiety? What gives me comfort in movement? And so the more you can fill in those pieces and really get a clear picture, now you can go to somebody who knows what they're doing, or you yourself can start getting into your creative imagination and how to explore what's going to be the best training modality for you. And it might change. That's the beauty of it. It might change, but the more you get comfortable with what you're trying to do and playing and flowing with it, you'll be able to adapt a lot easier too. So you might feel, oh, I don't like it's just monotonous. I'm doing the same thing over and over again. Some people don't like that. Some people love it. It makes it easy for them. They go, I know what I'm doing. I'm going in, I'm going out. That's great. Cool. If that's not you, and you want something, the more you get comfortable in your body, the more you know your goals, the more you'll just adapt and go, yeah, today I'm going to go for a run. Or, you know what, today I'm going to go for a hike. I just feel like doing a hike. Cool. Great. My body's prepared and I've been training for those moments. Or, yeah, you know what, I'm going to just go do some workout at the gym. Hey, you know what, I'm just going to hang. I'm going to climb a tree. Hey, you know what, I'm going to go do cardio at the gym. I'm going to take a class. Hey, I'm going to go swim. You might find yourself going, you know, I really like it. I'm going to do more of that this week. And then I got tired of it, so I'm going to go do something else. And there's nothing wrong with that. People say that's you, oh, well, you're not really following a routine. No, the routine is as you're listening to your body. You're following what the body is seeking, what is going to drive it today. You're not forcing yourself to go do anything. That's the deeper piece of this whole thing is I hope, my hope for people is you don't feel like you have to do it. Because once you get in the mindset of I have to go train, unless you're like an athlete, and even athletes who are really passionate about what they do, a lot of them don't feel like they have to do it. Yes, there's times where maybe we have more energy than others, but if you're just going for like, hey, these are my goals, I'm the everyday person, here is my specificity and what I'm trying to do, you might start to realize, man, I just need something to get me excited. If it means going to the gym, being connected to the body, moving controlled, moving with purpose and intention, great. There you go. You might do that for 3 months and go, this feels really good. I don't want to change this. I feel challenged. I feel I'm getting stronger. My body feels looser. No real problems. I'm recovering well. Why am I going to tell you to just stop? Well, because you're doing it wrong. Hey, you know what? Maybe I'm feeling a little tightness. You know what? Let me change it up a little bit. Or you know what? Hey, maybe I just don't want to feel like doing this anymore. I've really been getting into cycling. As much as I can call all the reasons why cycling might not be the best on your hips or might be the best on your lower back or whatever the case is, I want you to live your life. My job and what we want is to try to have a fulfilling life. I don't want to create more limitation. The limitations that we need to, our body will create for us is when we're forcing it to do something it doesn't want to do, or it's gone too far or too much and it needs to pull back. So those are the limitations I want to address. Once we feel those and we can move through those, then the body can adapt again and we can go back to doing certain things, or that's the goal. So I know this was long-winded. Thank you for listening, but give yourself a chance to know exactly what your goals are. So that way we can start creating specific modalities to you. You can start seeing what you want. You can be adaptive. You can move and train freely and not have to think if I do it this way, I'm doing it wrong, or if I'm doing it this way, I'm doing it wrong. It's going, I'm moving what's going to work for me and my body. You can get to that place and you feel good, then hats off to you. If you can feel less pain, I'm proud of you. Keep it going. Don't don't get yourself caught up, because that's the first thing that's going to cause people to get injured and or start to lose interest in doing any sort of movement. And then they look at training as a big problem rather than a healing solution. So anyway, I hope to see you all at newbiologyclinic.com. And on that, I'll see you all soon. Bye, everyone.